Hey y'all, welcome to Under the First Floor Lo-Fi Podcast. This is a podcast where I interview and record bands in my basement onto a Tascam Porta Studio 488. This is a brand new podcast. In fact, this is the first episode. And for this one, we have Palberta, a three-piece, wonderfully weird band that split between Philadelphia and New York City. And they played a lot of songs from their new record, Roach Goin Down. In fact, I think only one of the songs isn't on that record. It's an incredible record if you haven't checked it out. Please do after this. It's on their Bandcamp at Palberta. This was the first session I recorded for the podcast. I just randomly emailed them. I didn't know them at all. And they were gracious enough to come in and let me test out everything. And for the most part, it went well, but there were a few mistakes. Thanks again to Palberta for doing this. And here is the first session of the Under the First Floor podcast. I hope you enjoy it.
We're Palberta.
Annie.
Lily. Nini. No. Nina.
Nina.
Sorry.
We started
I'm
over.
cutting so much.
Lily.
Okay, Annie.
Lily. Nina.
It's not a part of love.
we really like to cook together.
Oh, you said you had burritos before this?
Yeah.
But Ani's really I assembled them. She made the whole dish.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And
So just wrap the
I
burritos.
sprayed them with hot sauce.
That's important.
You sprayed us with hot sauce.
Sprayed the burritos
Oh yeah, sprayed
with
them.
hot sauce.
We're excited. We're seeing Liz Fair in 3 days.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we're
Okay.
gonna talk to her.
If you're
Not
hearing this-
exactly. We're not exactly playing with her.
We're not.
We're just
Like a festival.
Yeah, but
We're sharing
gonna,
the bill.
We're gonna
Hey,
see
it's still
her,
worth it.
and we're
Yeah.
gonna talk to her, and we're gonna give her all of our music,
Hell
and
yeah.
tell her that she's our president.
I think you should. Yeah.
we
Cut
should
that
bring her a
out.
pie.
Do y'all cook on tour?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang.
In
That's awesome.
fact, on this last tour,
Cooked all day.
we cooked all day. We became master chefs on this last tour.
Do y'all bring stuff with you, like stoves and stuff?
We have a
Stoves.
rice cooker.
I mean, that's what I mean.
No, but
Pots.
we basically never use the rice cooker.
We usually go into people's kitchens and like frantically cook in the midst of a show, and it gets really hot and sweaty and crowded.
And this tour
and
we
stressful.
alternated head chef and sous chef, so we would each have a head chef meal.
Oh,
Ani
best
made
meal.
this one food that didn't taste like anything we've ever eaten before, which was really crazy
It
because
was
that's
it
the
was
first
a
time that's happened
I
to
haven't
me.
thought about
green
that dish in a
green
while.
swamp bean soup.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called. Green swamp stew.
Yeah.
What
But
was
it
in
really
that?
didn't
It was
taste.
hot summer. It was a hot summer dish.
What did it taste? What was
Wait,
in
what
it?
was in it? It was
It was
green.
ground up. We were trying to make arugula pesto. I don't know, something weird. Then I tried to cook it.
No, but then
And-
she just kept adding all this stuff because there's a kitchen with like a lot of stuff, and in the end it tasted unlike anything.
Yeah,
I've
I've
tasted
never
before.
it
We
was
ate
kinda
it,
good,
though.
It was
Oh.
like I couldn't even begin to. It'd be like if someone asked you to describe what water tastes like. It's like this dish. Just
Yeah.
like, it only tasted
really
like
true.
this dish.
Or like to like describe a color that's not already named.
Lily made curry, right?
I made a very sweet.
Was that
curry.
Lily's famous
sweet
dish?
curry, and I made
Veggie burgers.
Veggie burgers.
Which became a huge crisis because it's actually a lot of work and
The kitchen was smoking.
and there was this one
Oh.
guy that kept asking Nina if he could have one
Yeah.
throughout the night.
Even way before they were ready, he just kept insisting.
We
kept
think he was
asking me-
flirting.
Yeah, it would have been a little more
I
than just
try
a
and steal
bird.
your food. That's
Yeah.
a bad strategy, I think.
That's like
Yeah.
a middle school strategy.
Yeah.
But
That was in Fargo.
boys learn very slowly sometimes.
a barbecue,
Play a pool
pool
party.
party.
And the stage is in the middle of the pool.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking when I said that.
Like,
Yeah.
on floaties
Yeah, it's
there.
floating.
And there's like 100 people in the pool.
And they're all splashing us, but the equipment's fine.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Because it's all coated in plastic.
It works, yeah. It's a drink show.
And then
Floss.
we each have a really delicious cocktail.
And the bar floats too,
and-
so we gotta grab it when
And
we
there's
can.
shrimp cocktail and
Ooh, shrimp cocktail.
Oh my god, I actually have a good idea. There should be little floats all over the pool with
Of
individual
shrimp cocktails.
Yeah. And you have to grab as you go.
Yeah, it's like sushi on conveyor belt, but
Would y'all cook the shrimp cocktail?
no, it would all
No.
be served to us.
And it better be
No.
raw.
the shrimp?
Oh, and there'd be an
shrimp.
It's
oyster
not
bar.
supposed to be raw.
Yeah.
Ooh, and there'd be champagne.
Oh my
Water
God.
slide.
Okay, and
in
the
a
people
water
that
slide,
would
yeah.
play
And a
would be
big water
Bram
slide.
Treb would play.
He'd have to play underwater though.
Bram Treb is the shit.
Oh, yeah.
He's from
Western Mass.
Western Mass, and he's like a noise artist, but he's also just a very
And
funny
He's the drummer
performer.
from Fat Worm of Error, if you are familiar
percussionist.
with that.
He's
The
from Turner
percussionist.
Falls.
Yeah, Turner's Falls.
So Bram Treb would play and
Underwater.
Um,
and
yeah.
just us. That's
and
it.
Liz
Two band
Fair.
band.
Liz
Oh, yeah,
Fair would
Liz Fair.
obviously play, and Lucinda Williams would play.
Would they all play? on the
Avril
pool too,
Lavigne would
or
play her whole first album.
Oh my God.
All right, I could be down with that.
That's my dream.
I'm getting really like excited thinking about this show.
I think
Bram
there should
Treb.
be also a stage where someone plays that there should be a pool slide coming from.
Yeah.
And instead of crowd surfing, just like really safe.
That's cool.
Yeah, there'd be
Wow.
multiple water slides.
You found that one. That one's good.
Yeah, we have a lot
Yeah.
of cats alive and in the past.
Yeah.
Alive and dead.
We like to make up weird fantasy worlds for all of our cats.
I tried to say it like nicely, and you were like alive and dead.
That kind of sounds like zombie cats. though.
Yeah. No, they're good dead cats.
They are good dead cats.
That's good.
No prescription. No prescription. No prescription. Going away for fun information. 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 No prescription. Going away for fun information. Going to go to the movies. There's something to do.
Do y'all get stoked when there's like super weird bands you're playing with on tour?
Yes.
Oh my God. Three Brain Robot
Oh yeah, of course.
from New Orleans.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's like an
cool.
amazing performance artist, comedian, freakazoid.
Nice.
We learned
Yeah.
our lesson though. We'll never ask unless we trust someone's taste. We will not ask them to book us a freaky show because we did that.
We specifically
I asked
asked
someone
for
on this tour to do
performance
that,
art.
and it
Yeah.
was
To book a freaky show
to
for you.
book
No.
like performative acts, and it was
Yeah.
a nightmare.
Like,
God,
yeah.
it was the worst show I think I've ever had to sit through.
It was really. You left.
I didn't sit through it. Yeah.
Lily and I were so mad
We were
at
going
this one show.
crazy.
We were like screaming and like,
We were actually acting
Having, like-
disrespectful. I think.
it was just.
It was awful though. It was
Yeah,
awful.
It was really
like
bad.
the art
It was
itself was
really
bad.
bad.
The
or,
worst
like,
performance.
performance art. The worst
It was like
performance art.
almost gross. It was so bad.
Yeah.
We don't need to go any further.
Yeah,
it
I've
was
seen
Yeah.
a
so
lot of
bad.
that. Yeah.
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 Do y'all just get booked with a lot of like crazy performance art?
No,
like
we
on its own?
asked for it because
Oh,
we
okay.
book our own tours.
Yeah.
He was like, what kind of bands do you want? I was like, I don't know any bands, but like whatever you think is like weird and cool, and it could even be in performance. And he just like, he really went with that.
Gotcha.
But if you don't, performance it's so varied, and like people have different ideas of what performance art is. So
Privy to it. Give me everything you got, girl. Show it to me. I'm just a little baby. Show me what you got when you see. Give me everything you got, girl. Show it to me. I'm just a little baby. Show me what you got when you see. Give me everything you got, girl. Show it to me. I'm just a little baby. Show me what you got when you see. Give me everything you got, girl. Show it to me.
Y'all all went to music school? Is that right?
We went to liberal arts school, but
I
we
went to
all
music high
majored
school.
in music
Okay.
in college.
Cool. I also did. I'm kind of wondering, coming from that background myself, does anything you learned in that actually come through in like your songwriting?
definitely,
It does?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so. And
Well,
Or is it just like kind of like it's within you, so it just
Yeah.
happens?
Well, the music school, like the way I went to music school at Bard was like not, like I didn't learn theory or anything. It was like experimental music classes.
Oh, sick.
So like it definitely feeds into
Like
my
studying
music.
it or like learning how to write it?
Like-
improvisational stuff.
Yeah,
too.
so like studying it, learning how to, or like just trying to write it.
Mhm.
Studying it was kind of boring. So I never learned theory, or it wasn't like what you would expect a music school to be. That was not my experience, at least.
But I
Right.
think it was all within us, our
Yeah.
education.
I've like learned it in high school. I took a
Oh,
music
okay.
class and learned some theory,
Okay.
but I don't know too well.
We love all of our friend Will Maloney's music. I can speak collectively. We all love Old Table.
We all love The Cradle, our friend Paco Cathcart's music.
Okay.
Really,
Oh,
really
he
great.
recorded y'all's
He
stuff?
records all of
Yeah.
our stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all really like Sweet Baby Jesus, which
Oh,
is a band.
What was the name? Sorry.
Sweet Baby Jesus, a band that's in New York City right now. They're rocking.
Andrea Schiavelli.
I was
Eyes
gonna
of
say
Love,
that.
I guess.
Wait,
You
there's
could look up
definitely
Eyes of
more.
Love more to find, or you could like look up both. He just released an album.
Wait,
Which one is that?
Eyes of Love.
Gotcha.
Would be what
I
it's
love
under.
Ghost and Salad.
So good.
Come on, what
Ghost
is it?
in Salad?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Bromp Trev, as we said
Oh,
before.
yeah, definitely.
IDM Theftable.
Yeah.
Sorry, were you gonna say that?
Yeah.
Wait, what was that name? again?
IDM Theftable.
He's from
Gotcha.
Portland, Maine.
Oh, cool.
And
He's such a good performer.
Nice.
Wizard Apprentice
Whoa, that's a cool
from,
They're from-
San Francisco.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I like Banny Grove a lot. Banny Grove.
Benny Grove. Cool.
Yeah, from Joshua Tree now. They live
Oh,
in Joshua Tree.
whoa. In the
I
desert?
love Louise's Spirit. Yes.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of that.
I know. They just moved into a house there.
That's cool. Thanks for saying West Coast bands, because
Yeah.
I feel like they never get, like, as much hype.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I don't know. I found it's hard to find, like, West Coast bands. Harder to find.
I mean,
Yeah.
my friend is from the West Coast and he moved to the East Coast and he was just said that like it's so much easier to find music he likes here and
Yeah.
people to play with here.
Yeah, exactly.
And like he struggled a lot with that growing up
Yeah.
in California.
Wow.
I think it's just a
Definitely.
different vibe of music most of the time, but there's definitely some freaky stuff going on.
Yeah.
Thanks again to Palberta for being the first guests on the Under the First Floor podcast. You can find more info on them online on their Twitter at Palberta5000 or their Instagram and Bandcamp, both of which are Palberta on their respective platforms. If you'd like to know more about this podcast, we're on Instagram and Twitter at Under the First Floor. And we have an email address too, underthefirstfloor@gmail.com. If you're a band that's interested in playing, please reach out. I am doing this all by myself, and I don't want to get too overwhelmed. That being said, I don't like being mean, so sorry if I don't respond to you or if I give you a very short response just because it's not my thing. But for the last segment of the episode, I'd like to play a couple songs that are a little less known. One of them being Players of the Field by Eyes of Love. This is a project from Andrea Schiavelli. It was recommended by Palberta earlier in the episode. He has a record out on Wharf Cat with Lily from Palberta and also Paco Cathcart, who records most or all of Palberta's stuff. The second song is an old UK DIY band from the late 70s, early 80s called Performing Ferret Band. The song is called The Rush, and it's on a record that was re-released on Beat Generation and Ale Hop. If you like what you hear, I'd highly recommend checking out the whole record. It's a great record of old lo-fi UK DIY weird punk stuff. It's great. Thanks for checking out the podcast. I hope you enjoy, and we'll be back next week. Bye.
Everywhere we go, yeah, they're looking at us. They're looking at us. Everywhere we go, yeah, they're looking at us. They're looking at players of the field. Don't think about love. Think about love. Players of the field. Don't think about love. Think about every time I'm outside, I think about us. I think about us. Every time I'm outside, I think about us. I think about us. Every time I'm outside, I think about us. I think about us. Every time I'm outside, I think about us. I think about. Every time I laugh, some part of me does. Some part of me does. Every time I laugh, some part of me does. Some part of me. Players of the field.